A properly set goal is already halfway achieved. Zig Ziglar.
The future's here, it's right before your eyes. Step by step, you're on your way. Welcome to a brighter day.
Hi everyone, I'm Jackie and welcome to my channel, Enjoying Life's Journey. And you guessed it, today we're going to be talking a little bit more about goals. Specifically, we're going to talk about how to properly set goals and how to actually achieve them. Thanks for joining me. If you haven't watched previously, I went over 5 reasons why goals are necessary, and I've also gone over 2 different exercises to help you identify what it is that you want in life. Basically, what goals do you want? So I'll leave those videos in the description box, but today we're going to go over we have 7 steps on how to set our goal and 3 easy to follow steps on achieving them. All right, we're going to jump in. So if you want to think of this as a mini workshop, grab a pad of paper and a pen or a pencil and join me. You can do these along or you can always save it into a playlist for next time and you can watch it later and do it. So like I mentioned, last time I did a video on 2 different exercises to identify what your goals were. So real quick, one was you either listed everything you wanted to have, do, or be, so you should either have those lists with you, or you had a list of basically 50 items or 50 things that you wanted to accomplish within the next 10 years or have in the next 10 years. So for me, I have my list here on the stuff that I wanted. I had made a list of about 30 different items. Okay, so let's jump into the 7 steps to properly setting any goal. Now this I've kind of compiled between a few different people, and I'm sure you'll find all kinds of ways to goal set out there. But basically it's a little bit from using SMART goals. I'm sure you guys have heard of those. If not, you can always Google or YouTube that. I'm sure you'll find plenty of videos on SMART goals. It's a little bit a combination of SMART goals, Tony Robbins RPM, which is Results, Purpose, Massive Action Plan, Zig Ziglar's Goal Setting Workshop, Jim Rohn's Goal Setting Workshop, and Bill Harris's Goal Setting Workshop. So I've kind of combined, there was a few things that they all had in common, and there was some things maybe one person had that another person didn't, that I really felt truly came together to set to properly set a goal that's going to help you achieve it, and not only achieve it, but achieve it within a reasonable amount of time and to keep you motivated to achieving that goal. So I've kind of combined some of those things together, and I've come up with basically 7 steps for setting a goal. So we're going to jump into the first one. This is a 2-part one, but basically it is, what do you want? Now, Tony Robbins would say this is your result, your vision. So it's kind of, you're starting with the end in mind. So if you want to, you can almost think of reverse engineering, if you will. But you're looking at what is that end result. So this is going to be a 2-part. So the first part is, where are you at right now in relation to that goal? So for instance, say you had on your list, I'm just going to use a goal that I've actually already accomplished, which is getting out of debt. You just wrote on get out of debt or be debt free, okay? So now we're going to kind of look at it in more detail. So we're going to look at, where are we at now? So how much do you owe, who do you owe, and what are your minimum payments? We're not going to judge the situation, but we need to know where we're at if we want to get to where we're going. Because think of this, if you're in the woods and you know, okay, I want to get back to the road, but you don't know where you're at, you could be heading to the ocean instead of the road, right? Probably one of the most important steps. And sometimes it could be a very scary step to come to terms of where we're at. The second part to it is basically, what is it that you want? And you need to be more specific about it. So if you're saying you want a new car, what kind of car, what color, what year, all of that, right? So say you wrote on your thing, you just said you want to be healthy. Okay, that's great. But what does that actually look like? What does that mean to you? You know, if you say, okay, I want to weigh this much, I want to be that, that's great. That's dealing with your weight, and it may not necessarily be dealing with your health. So you might say, okay, I want a blood pressure at this amount. I want a cholesterol level at this amount. But you need to be more specific about what it is that you want, and then you need to know where are you at in terms of accomplishing that goal. So that's the first step. Know where you're at, be specific of where you want to be. Another thing, this kind of leads into my second one. The second one is why do you want to achieve this goal? So in a way, I want you to sit there, I want you to think, what are you going to see, hear, feel once you accomplish this goal? And it's going to kind of start resonating why you want the goal. So for instance, going back to getting out of debt. So why do you want to get out of debt? My husband and I, when we decided to get out of debt, put a better purpose behind it. And that's what kept us going to do it. And our purpose was that we didn't want to have to work more to then afford the things that we had. We would rather have less debt so we would have more time, so we wouldn't have to be working as much. So that was more, for us, it was more about having more time versus money. Yes, we had more money freed up so then we could start saving and investing, but also was ultimately so we didn't have to work more to pay for it or to accommodate, you know, what it was that we had. So you need to find out what is your why behind it and try to take it a step further. So for instance, if you say we want to get out of debt so we had more money. Okay, well, why do you want more money? So we can enjoy vacations. Okay, so you kind of take it back to what the root reason is. So basically, you know, why do you want it? And this is going to help you stay motivated later on. The third one is you need to make a list of all of the obstacles that are preventing you right now to reaching your goal. Because if there were no obstacles, then you would already be where you want to be, right? So you need to just list whether it's emotional reasons that you're not getting there, whether it's people, whether it's circumstance, whether it's money. What is the reason that why you're not achieving that goal? So number 4, is you need to identify people, groups, organizations, maybe ask yourself who has already reached this goal. So who are some people that can help you reach this goal? Okay, so for instance, I really like to find people who've already done it, or if I have friends who are doing it now. So for instance, if I'm trying to get back my health, I'm trying to get back into fitness or something like that, I have a handful of friends that I know are always active, they're always fit, they're always doing things. So usually I'll end up reaching out to them and figuring out, okay, what are you guys doing? And it just kind of helps you to have that sense of community, but it's also so you can learn from them. Number 5, which is identifying what do you need to know. So we may not know everything related to achieving that goal. So if you're saying, okay, I want to get fit or I want to get out of debt, well, do you know how to do it? You might know how to do it, but you failed to actually put those steps into place. So you might need to just remind yourself, what do you know about it? Or what do you need to know about it? And that way you can start deciding what to research or to figure out to help you accomplish that goal. Also, what are the resources that you have? So for instance, if it's money, if it's time, whatever it is, you need to know what resources do you have or what resources do you need. Steps 3, 4, and 5 are kind of, intertwined. There's just several areas to them, but also I want you to ask yourself, what are you willing to give or do to achieve this goal? Whether it's time, whether it's money, whether it's energy, whatever it is, what are you willing to give to achieve this goal? Because nothing is free. There's something needs to be given, right? Number 6 is we're going to actually start developing our plan, our action plan. So you're going to make a list of action steps that you can do. And realistically, you need to start just some type of action. You just need some type of action. So I would say write down 3 action steps that you can take, but think while you're making the action step, I want you to think in your head, is it something that you can initiate, or is it something that that you can maintain? Like, what type of action steps can you do in step 6? Is it something you need to research, like have some type of plan there? Just at least 3 action steps, get them out of your head. And the last one, number 7, is putting a date on it. Now this is probably just as important as where are you at and putting a date on what it is that you want, because this is what's going to help you to know, like, hey, I gotta get there. I gotta get to this goal. So those are the 7 steps to setting a goal. I want to give you guys like a tip. I want you to write out like a statement, reading this statement to yourself every day. And you want it to contain a few different things. You want it to contain what you want, specifically what you want. Like I mentioned, having that in details. You know, where, when, who, what, why, okay? Write out a statement. Write out what are you willing to do or give to attain this goal, and writing out the time when you're going to have it by. And so every day you can just read that statement out to yourself, and it kind of keeps you motivated because you have what you want, why you want it, and when you want it by, and you also know what are you going to give in order to do it, and it kind of helps keep that motivation going. So let's talk about the 3 easy steps in achieving the goal. It's super, super easy, you guys. Okay, so the first one is to take action. Anything. Don't think about it too much, just take some kind of action towards the goal. So in step 6, you kind of listed out 3 actions that you could take. So you're gonna start with 1. You're gonna take that action, you're gonna do it, you're gonna do it right now, as fast as you can. Don't think about it, just do it. And then the second step is you're going to evaluate what happened. Did it bring you closer to your goal? Was it maybe something that really wasn't relevant, or did it take you further away from your goal? But you're gonna assess it. What happened when you did that action? You're going to refine that action. So you're either going to, if it succeeded, you're gonna move on to the next action, or you're going to say, okay, well, what went wrong? What else can I change? You're gonna refine it. And then you're just gonna keep repeating those. This is super, super simple. This is how you can achieve any goal. Take an action towards that goal, assess what happened with that action, refine it, and then just keep repeating it over and over and over again until you get to that goal. But every day you kind of read yourself that statement of what you want, why you want, what you're willing to give, what it's gonna feel like, what you're gonna see, hear, and do, whatever it is once you have it, and then, you know, the maximum time, when do you want it by. Another thing I want you guys to think of, what will happen if you don't do the goal? So for me, some of the goals that I've accomplished quite a few, and I've accomplished some really big goals, but some of them were basically, I became an entrepreneur, I ran a dance studio for 3 years. My husband and I took a backpacking trip to Havasu Falls, which was amazing. We decided to get married and have a family. We decided to get out of debt. We decided to live and travel in our RV full-time, which we did. We did it for 6 months, not as long as we would have liked to do it, but we made it happen and we did it. And honestly, you guys, it's just from following these simple goal-setting steps. We planned it out by following those 7 steps, and then we worked those 3 steps just over and over again till we got to that goal. I hope this little goal setting video helps you guys. Let me know in the comments what is one of the goals that you are working on. Also, I did not mention this at the beginning. There is a challenge that I have done in the past. It's called the 100-Day Challenge, and it's a really cool program that basically they offer it, you guessed it, every 100 days. So basically every quarter of the year you can sign up for this challenge, and today is actually the last day to sign up for this quarter. So I'll leave a link for that if you guys want to check it out in the description box. But it's a really cool program. It kind of, you know, you do this goal setting, do this beforehand or whatever, but this program helps you accomplish more in, you know, 100 days than you probably would accomplish in 10 years by just really keeping you guys motivated and focused and pushing you. So if you guys feel you need that motivation and that push towards accomplishing these, then check out the 100-day challenge. I'll leave that in the description box. It is an affiliate link, so if you guys sign up, I do get a small portion of it, but that's no extra cost for you guys. I do recommend it though if you need that push and the motivation to keep going and to stay motivated and committed to doing it. But as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Go sissy.